Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel. Jey and Meka's channel.
What's up, y'all? I'm Jey,
I'm Meka.
and today we are doing an interview with a cast member from Love After Lockup.
Right.
And today we have Ashley.
Hey, y'all.
The worst thing. Thank you for, agreeing to do this interview with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll go ahead and just hop into the questions. So one of the questions we like to ask everyone is like, how were you approached about the show? Did you apply to the show? Did somebody tell you about, like, what was that process like?
Honestly, I had never heard of the show. I had never been on the show. I don't even really watch TV.
Okay.
But Julius had called me. Well, when he had called me one time, he told me that he got offered to be on a TV show. At that time, they wasn't allowed to disclose to him what TV show it was until we got accepted. But I told him, I guess, and then I ended up finding out it was Love After Lockup once we got accepted to do it. And then, so I don't know how they approached him about it, but he asked me to be on the show with him. So,
okay. So once you found out, like, the title, and did you go and research what this was, or were you like?
Yeah. I was working at a place, and I told my manager at the time, because she was standing right there when I found out. And she was like, I told you, because she actually told me, she said, I bet you it's going to be Love After Lockup. And I didn't know what that was yet. And then when I found out, then she was like, I told you. And then I looked it up, and it was really cool. Yeah.
Okay. Did you, were you reluctant to agree to it once you found out it was Love After Lockup, or were you like, okay, it's okay, we can do this?
I was totally down. I've always wanted to be like on some kind of show. So I just thought it was interesting and cool. And then once they threw the numbers out there, I was definitely on board. I was like, yeah, let's do this.
So I'm going to assume time, it was just, you were locked in with Julius, he was locked in with you. That was what your thinking was, correct?
Yeah.
You decided.
I had no idea that there was anyone else. In my head, he was coming home to me and we were going to be together and all that. Yeah. He really, and he didn't benefit anything from me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But it ended up being good for me in the long run. So
I got a quick question, please. So how was it adjusting to that? Like, before the show, you're, just living your life, whatever, you're talking to Julius, everything. And then when the show like started filming and things like that, like how was that initial adjustment going into the show?
At first, well, the directors had told me I was going to have super fans and I was going to be like this big thing. And at first I didn't really it was weird because whenever it aired, like I was expecting like him to be bashed and to look bad and all that stuff. But when it aired, I looked bad. Like it was just crazy. Like I didn't want to read the comments, but in the beginning I was reading all those comments, and like at first everyone like hated me, and I didn't do anything, and I was just like, besides look stupid, and the catfish stuff, and people were just really, really, really mean to me, and basically saying I deserved it because I catfished him, but I didn't. I just gained a lot of weight in a year, and I looked different. But now I'm back to normal. But yeah, at first for me, I kind of got a little depressed because people were really bullying me online. And then I realized I could just take that platform and just ignore the people that are being negative and just let people that are positive on my page. And then I kind of just stuck with the positive people instead of reading like the Love After Lockup group stuff, because those people are mean in there.
Yeah. I've seen some of the comments in some of the groups, and I'm like, whoa. And I've seen cast members in the groups. I was like, ooh, like they're going at it and stuff. So I get it. How did you deal, I guess, emotionally? Did it take like a real toll on you as far as like what people were saying? And did you at one point just kind of get off the internet for a while, or how did you navigate it?
at first, like the first month or two, it got to me. And then I got off Facebook for like 2 weeks. That was the longest I could go. And then like, I don't know, I had like a spiritual awakening and I just went back at it. I'm just like, I could really use this as a platform for everything I've been wanting to do. So I just stopped letting it get to me and I bossed up and got back to the queen I was and just showed everybody like I'm still beautiful and I make music and I'm the shit and I don't care what you guys say about me.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a question. So doing the show, it's getting close to time for Julius to get out. And on the show, it seemed like there started to be like that distance a little bit. And one of the things that you said, if I remember correctly, you said how like you was like, you didn't like pay for anything else. But do you think that had an effect on how he maybe changed his trajectory with you, with him coming out? Because I'll say myself personally, I was like, just watching it, you don't know. And I was like, okay, we seen that he had, you and he was talking to other women. I was like, I wonder if they're all just like, putting money on this books and stuff. But when you said that, I was like, okay. So that kind of changed my perspective of it a little bit. Do you think that's what his perspective was coming out?
I think his perspective was who's going to take care of me the best and what situation is going to be best for me when I get out of here. And Alexis is obviously beautiful. She had no children. She's aspiring to be a nurse. Like, he went with what he thought in his mind was a better option for him because he needs someone, in my brain, someone who's not going to tell him no and not be on his case about everything. He just wanted somewhere to be where he can just do whatever he wanted to do. And with me, I come with 2 kids. Like, obviously, I didn't even let him come to my house. Like, he came to the hotel. Like, he went straight to her house. He found home as soon as he got home. You know what I mean? Knocked her up, like, basically the same night. Like, his strategy, I get it. Like, she's a motherly figure, and that's what he wanted. And with me, I wasn't putting money on his books. I would go visit him if I could, but at the time I was on probation, and that's why I couldn't. But with me, it was, you have to prove to me that you're good enough for me. And with her, it was, she's best friends with his sister. So his family was involved. So with that situation, it was just better for him. And I'm glad it worked out that way because, obviously.
Yeah. I wanted to like kind of point out something you said. Like, I like that you kind of spoke, you said good things about Alexis. And that's one thing I know with the show with other couples that we've like interviewed. A lot of times they try to pin the women against each other. They didn't do a whole lot of that. And maybe it was because he was trying to keep that distance so they couldn't do a lot of that. Like, he made sure that you were over there, he was over here. I don't know, but I do like that y'all didn't go on the internet and like bash each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, not like that. I'm a girl.
Tips here and there, but I didn't see it like for a prolonged period of time where y'all were doing that. I did want to ask a question because you brought up the catfish thing. A lot of people want to know, like, did you ever go to, because there's like some confusion, did you ever go up there to see him or was it
It was only video. And at the time when we did video, I did still look like those pictures. But then when we had stopped talking and then like I was already like going downhill because of some emotional stuff and I was drinking really heavy at the time. So at that time, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. That's pregnancy brain. Oh, okay. But anyways, so at that time, so we did video chat like 3 times. So he did see me on video, but after that, I never got to see him in person because I was on probation. And then I was put on some medication for my depression and anxiety and stuff and PTSD. And it caused me to gain a lot of weight as well. So like after he seen me on video, I gained a lot of weight within that year. And then when he seen me when he got out, I was just like literally 100 pounds heavier. And like, I obviously didn't look like I was taking care of myself that well. Like, I don't know.
It makes you feel like being on TV and everything. Like, I know as a woman, like, you feel like you look at yourself and you're more critical of yourself. That's just how we are. So, like, were you kind of like, do I want to do this? Because I don't even feel like my best self right now. Not so much looks, but even just feeling. Did you think about backing out of this at all, or were you just like, you know what, I'm gonna do this?
No, I was just like, I kind of just had a fuck it mentality. I just said fuck it. Like, I remember waking up when I knew they were going to be here like the next day, and I didn't do my hair. I didn't go get my nails done. Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I literally just, I was raw with it. I was me at that time, and that's what I looked like, and that's what.
So we saw on the show where there was like a aha moment or like a oh shit moment. And that's when he called and he started to seem, and Jay brought this up earlier, a little distant, like right when he was getting out. You were at your house, I believe. And I remember you were kind of like, yeah, he's acting weird. Is that when you had that moment, or was it prior to
That
y'all
was when
starting?
I had a moment. That was when I knew, because I'm like, being filmed, you're getting out, you're being filmed. Like, I knew he had a film crew with him. So I just knew something was up. I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I knew something was up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question. So one of the things, and I guess after this is, he gets out soon, but the tattoos that you
Mhm.
have of his name, and he was supposed to get his own.
God,
There you go.
I got that covered up like the month after filming, I think.
Make
Okay.
sense.
And that's one thing I was going to ask you, but like you guys had agreed to get each other tattooed on you, and at least from my understanding, like, was there a reason why
Yeah.
he said he did that?
That he said what?
Was there like a reason that he gave why he didn't follow through on his end to get your tattoo on him? Or was that just you doing it for him? You know what I mean? Was it mutual, or was it
Well, I
one-sided?
told him I was gonna do it. I wasn't expecting him to get me or anything, but when I told him I was gonna do it, he told me he was gonna get me too.
Okay.
So then I got it,
I'm
and then
scared.
yeah. So I never said, I'm gonna get my name tatted on you or on me, and then you need to get mine on you. No, I told him I was gonna get his name tatted for him. So I thought that, I don't know why, but I did. And he was like, well, I'm gonna get yours. And he was telling me different spots, like where he was thinking about getting it, because he had so many tattoos. And I was just like, okay. And then it just never happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question about your friends, your Party City, the friends that were at Party City and that were at the
Yeah.
hotel. Are those still your friends? And
Yes.
okay. And so they say, girl, don't. Or were they just like, you know what, Ashley gonna do what she want? Like how did that conversation go with just even when you approached them about the show down to like the day y'all were supposed to meet at the hotel? What was their advice to you, I guess?
Well, Candy on the show, she didn't really talk too much. She worked with me at the job that I worked at the time. And so every time he would call me, like, she was the bartender, I'd be sitting at the bar, like, just hanging out. And I would always have him on speakerphone. So she heard all of our conversations all the time from the beginning. And but she was still skeptical about it because he was so young and in jail. And then my other friends, Brittany and Casey, they was just like, no, like, I don't trust this. Don't do it. And I just went through with it, but
Yeah.
okay.
So there is a classic line from y'all season, and it came from you. Okay. And I want to say, I think you might have gotten a shirt with this on it or something,
This,
but they can't even swim. Yes, that.
I have it on right now.
So, on our page, that was one of our videos that went viral when we clipped where you say you can't even swim. What happened in that? Were you just like, I don't have anything else to say, I'm lost for words? You were just like, you can't even swim.
I'm going to tell you guys a secret. So on those scenes, I was drunk out of my mind and nobody knew. I had drank 2 bottles of champagne and had some shots, and nobody knew. Like, So when we were sitting on the bed, I was just like, and I didn't really remember most of the scenes until I watched it because I was so out of it. But I asked him something about the pool, and I don't even know why I asked him to go to pool with me because the surprise was I was gonna take him to the studio. But I brought up the pool, and he said he can't swim. And I was just like, you can't even fucking swim. Like, what do you have to offer anyone? You can't even swim? Like, I don't know. Like, it was just when he said he couldn't swim, I'm looking at this tall ass man like, what? You can't swim? That doesn't make any sense.
I went back and forth about how he handled that situation, how you handled it, right? Like do you feel like he tried to be kind of gentle with you as far as like, this is not going to be a relationship? Or do you think he would just foul all the way around and you didn't like the way that he approached the situation? Do you feel like he was being sneaky?
It was weird because he was being sneaky. Like, the thing is, I feel like if we were on the bed, like, if I never would have said, are we in a relationship? Like, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe if I wouldn't have brought that up at that time, if I would have just went with the flow, there probably would have been a couple more episodes. But because I brought it all out right then and there, I don't know. I just feel like he was until like he realized, I don't know, he was like, yeah, we're not together. Like, this isn't this. So I just feel like, I don't know how that would have turned out. I just feel like if I wouldn't have pressured him on that stuff, like, there probably would have been a couple more episodes for real.
Yeah.
So, speaking of that, like, prior to him coming to the hotel, because, we're at home watching, on the playback, it looked like he was, like, texting you and stuff like that. Was he kind of leading or, like, trying to keep you in a spot? Or was it still kind of leading like, nah, babe, we're doing this, we're doing that type thing, because me personally, when I watched it, kind of looking at it from a guy's perspective, I was like, all right, he's torn, he's leading this way. Maybe he's just trying to get, buy some time to get it sorted. Or was he like kind of really just kind of playing, with you at that point in time? Because I know you had gotten the hotel room and then he didn't come that night. And then you sent the pictures to the phone. And also, was there any fallout from the pictures being sent to the phone also?
Yeah.
Was there any what?
Like fallout, was there like...
Did Alexis see that
either any fallout from him or Alexis about the picture that you had sent to the phone? I just don't remember myself.
I don't think she knew about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I think that was actually the last episode that we had, like you said, seen you on the show. I ain't gonna lie, the whole time I was like, all right, where's that actually that, so after that night where you just like, I'm done with this, like I'm completely just out of here pretty much.
Well, that's basically.
I was just like, fuck this. There was nothing to record after that because, like, I guess the directors told me he came back upstairs to the hotel 3 times before he actually left. So I guess I was just like, so fuck you, like, I'm done. I was crying so hard, like, I just said I didn't want to be around him anymore, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a sad moment for sure, like, watching it on TV, because it didn't feel like I'm blindsided, as far as, like, what's going on.
You have somebody telling you all this stuff that's going to happen when they get out and promising you all this great things, and then it just ended up being all a complete lie because he was just rolling the dice to figure out what he was going to do when he got out.
Yeah. Did you guys ever get like a chance to like, I don't know, not necessarily mend the fence, but like,
like did y'all
close their conversation at all or anything after that? Or
like after the show?
Yeah.
This past April, he had wrote me and basically, I don't know, I had posted something that he didn't like, and he was telling me I shouldn't be posting that stuff and that I should be taking this opportunity to like make money off the show. And I don't know, he just hit me up and was just like, I don't even like, why would you, you know what I mean?
Your stuff is your business. especially
Yeah.
because whatever he's doing.
He was basically like, yeah, I know I fucking hurt you, but take this and run with it and make the money off of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we haven't
So
talked since then.
Okay.
okay.
Because he had called me and I was actually in the car with my boyfriend. So he had called me on Facebook and then wrote me. And then that's when and then I guess Alexis had found out about that because then he ended up blocking me because I guess he's not allowed to write me anymore.
Yeah. How's okay, so that's pretty much the show, and you kind of know, where that ended up with Alexis and Julius and you and Julius. So outside of the show, how has it been adjusting to dealing with, outside of the stuff we talked about earlier, people being online and all those things, just everyday life and maybe people recognizing you or being like, hey, this is another, and just how has life been post the show and like, what things are you doing now? Because you kind of alluded to it at one point during this interview. So yeah, how have those things been since?
So after the show, I was already going through a lot, and then I ended up losing my place and stuff. Like it was just a lot that had went on during that time. And then me and my kids were kind of like in a homeless shelter for a while until I got back on my feet, and then I got a new place. So I was already going through like a really bad depression before Julius and during Julius, and then after, like it was just a lot, and I ended up losing I don't know. I went through a dark place, but that dark place put me in a better position I am today. Like today I have a 3-bedroom again. My kids have their own rooms. I have 2 bathrooms. Like my place is amazing. I have a new car. Like everything that I lost, I got back times 10, and I'm pregnant. I'm having a baby. Just, I almost have a year of sobriety. I'm 305 days today, no alcohol. And that was obviously started before I got pregnant. So I did go through a lot after the show was recorded, and then I got everything back. It was a bittersweet moment. And then I realized there's 2 sides of the internet. You just don't go to the Love After Lockup groups and read the comments, obviously. Go to your page and read the comments. And everything on my page is positive, no haters. Like I do have to block people from time to time. But I just learned the balance of where not to go and what to avoid so that way I don't get triggered. But at this point in my life, I'm just so happy and confident. And I'm like, this is the best position I've ever been in my life. And now I'm making money off Facebook. Like my kids are so spoiled. Like because of this show, I've gotten such a big following, and now like my second job basically is social media. If I don't want to work one week, I don't have to because I know I have that check coming. And it's just really amazing because we lost everything and now we got everything back plus more, and I'm making some good money off this stuff. So
That's good.
That's good. That's good to hear too. Like you said, lost the stuff and got everything back. So that's really good to hear.
Yeah. So what else do you have going on since the show? And like you started any? I see you got your shirts. You selling your shirt? You got anything else going on? Stuff you want to promote or talk about? Anything like that?
So before the show and before I lost everything, I did have my own detail shop in Hamilton. I had it for about 2 years. I had a crew of like 8 people. I was a boss, and because of everything that I have going on now, I'm now put in a position that after I have this baby, I am planning on opening another detail shop and being my own boss again and having another crew of like 8 people and doing that again. So that's my biggest goal. I will have a shop, and I will own my home next year. Promise that.
Okay.
I know when I first reached out, you said that you wanted to clear some things up. So like an opportunity to do that. Things that you outside of what specifically you were talking about, but anything else that you've seen that's just like, this is wild, this is not who I am, and this has been put out there. So you have the floor. It's your
Okay.
conversation.
So there is this, I think it's called Sarcasm or something, and they had shared like my whole, I don't know who their investigator is, but it's pretty weird that somebody went that far back into my life and dig that deep and tried to make it seem like I was lying about my identity being stolen, because in each of my mugshots, I obviously look like a different person. And that's just because that's just who I am. Like, I don't know why people hate me because I can transform. Like, men love that. So, sorry, basic people, you can't do that. Anyways, but I don't even know where I was going with that. I forgot. My brain.
No, we were just saying, I did see the identity
Oh
theft.
yeah, so the identity thing. So people were saying like they like made this whole article, and then they have this part on the article where it says I have all these felonies and all this stuff, but it shows that I have those, but that's what I was on probation for. But I completed probation and I paid everything off. And I did text my lawyer after that, and I'm like, hey, these people are saying that shit's still on my record. Why is it showing up? He said, I just have to go. So basically, all of those charges have been dismissed. I don't have any felonies on my record. I just have to file a motion for the court to take it off because I completed everything I had to do. So yes, I had felonies before, but now I have none at all. And somebody did steal my identity, not lying about that. But it's weird because like every time she got arrested under my name, like I would always prove that it wasn't me. And maybe that's why her mugshots aren't popping up. I have no idea why not. But up until this point, like I don't really care if people believe it or not, but it's like she really did steal my identity and she really did rack up some shit. And it's just weird that people would take my mugshots and say I'm lying about that. But yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, so I saw the mugshots. It was about like 10 different pictures or something like that.
Yeah, and then they brought up the fact that I had a DUI.
They're still
DUI.
they still
Thank
look
you.
like it wasn't like, because I think you're saying they were trying to say like, oh, she's making this up and she's saying these are different people. Those
Yeah.
pictures all look like you. Like, yeah, your hair is different, but they all look like you. So
Yeah.
that's there. But I imagine that that's frustrating, like, especially if you are in a space where it's like you're just trying to move on with your life and like everybody makes mistakes and like people go back into your past so far. And yeah, I think that's all we had for you today as far as like questions. Well, never mind.
Yeah. So I know you said before you do music, are you currently working on any new music or anything?
Yeah.
I actually, before I got on here with you guys, I just got back from the studio. I just did my most recent song. I just recorded Shadows. It's called Shadows. I recorded it at Timeless Recordings here in Cincinnati with Evan Johnson, and it's on my page right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have make sure like if you have like anything on SoundCloud or anything like that, because we like to put, whatever you guys are promoting, if it's music or whatever, in the description of the video so people can get to it. And we also try to put like different things within the video. So whatever information you have about, your music or where people can find your music, all your social media handles, if you could just send that to us, on.
Okay, yeah. I took all of my music off all the platforms, but I plan on putting it all back on there soon. So I'll let you guys know when I do that.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, I think that's all the questions we got. Well, thank you, Ashley. It's really good to see that you're doing good.
Oh, yeah.
And we really appreciate you taking the time with us today. We really do.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
All right.
You too.
Bye.